Welcome back to the Bob and Tom Show here in the Napa Auto Parts Studio and also in New York City with Tom. Hello, Tom.
Chick, how's it going? I'm here with the lovely Nikki Glaser, an old friend of the show. Well, not that old. Sorry.
I love that.
In fact, you are younger than this show.
Wow, that feels nice.
Yeah, that's.
I guess.
I just realized that. And back at the studios, we have, of course, our engineer Ace Cosby, and I think it's getting to be that time. Of course, I'm talking about time for the Ace Cosby joke of the day. Ace, I'm ready if you are.
Ace Cosby.
This is a joke? Are you joking? This is a joke, right? What are you, from a radio station?
A lot of funny words out there.
Aren't there? Yeah.
Like asparagus.
Yeah.
It's like begging for a guy not to kill your friend Gus.
Gus.
Yeah. I have to ask her, was that an original Ace? Is that
It's a twist on something else.
It's like an Italian guy asking.
asparagus? Yes.
There you go.
Asparagus, huh?
Hey, take a me, but asparagus.
Yes, there we go. Thank you.
we hit it.
Thank
We
you
found
very much. That's Josh Arnold at the sidekick desk. Jess Hooker is sitting in for Kristi Lee at the Navy Federal Credit Union news desk. And, of course, Chick McGee grilling him up at the Omaha Steaks sports desk.
Grilling up the sports headlines. That's right.
And Nikki Glaser is on her way to Las Vegas. Nikki is also the hostess of the special program on the satellite.
You up?
You up?
No, that's not the... Try it again, Tom. Try it again.
You up?
Sorry to bother you, Tom.
Yeah, jeez. No, in a sexy, flirty way. You know, you up? Hey, come on.
You up?
Oh.
Okay.
That was better.
That's timber behind
Tom.
You got the big eyes from Jess. That was better.
And again, this is a text message phenomenon. This is the DTF, if you will.
Yes.
Nikki, have you responded to a you up text?
Guys that no one would ever try that with me. They just know that I'm not that type of girl that would. I wish I were. I used to be when I drank, but it's been almost a decade since I was that girl. So I have not. I would love one of those texts.
Right.
I'm trying. I'm putting myself out there. I want to have more experiences this year. I've decided that I need to hook up more. So I will be. Please send those to me. Send those my way.
Okay.
Josh,
I am
get on
up,
that.
and I'm willing to take an Uber.
Oh.
Okay.
Wow.
Yeah.
All right.
Yep. I
So-
got to do it. Listen, it's bleak out there. And let me just say, I thought that being a lady who has achieved a certain level of fame, I've worked very hard to have TV shows and be a comedian that maybe people recognize. And it is because I love comedy and I love my job. But there was a part of me that was like, oh, I'll get to bang hotter dudes if I'm more famous and rich, just how everyone feels when you get status. I see it happen to my male friends. I bring a guy to open for me on the road who is broke. I pay him. And he gets laid so much and gets so many hot girls, hotter than he is, but in droves. Because he stands on stage with a microphone and girls are attracted to status and they're like, wow, he's impressive. Whereas I go up there and guys don't care. Guys are only attracted to looks. Your status and money. I'm rich and kind of famous, and guys don't care. I can't get a hotter guy than I am, and I want a hotter guy than I am. Listen, I'm a pretty lady. I'm a comedy 9, okay, and I've worked very hard to achieve it. But I can't. I want to get a 10. I feel like I deserve a 10. I've worked very hard, and that's what I want. But listen, it doesn't work the same way, and I'm sick of it.
I agree.
But here's what keeps happening to me. I get 10s, guys that are in the celebrity world. They will DM me and be flirty with me, and I'll think, oh my God, I'm going to get to bang this guy that was on The Bachelor. I used to watch him and just drool over him. This guy wants to hang out with me. And I go, and I tell all my friends, I'm like, oh my gosh, I am going to sleep with this guy. Is this my Make-A-Wish? What's happening right now? How do they read my mind? But the thing is, these guys are trying to get into comedy because they're hot, and hot guys think they're funny because they're hot, and everyone laughs at everything they say. So that because hot tall guys have all the money and the power, so everyone laughs at everything they say because they're like, oh, maybe they'll give me some of it, but he can't because his dad isn't dead yet. So instead, so these guys think they're so funny. And they have no reason not to. We've laughed at everything they say because they're tall and handsome. So then they come around to me being like, I think I want to try comedy. And I'm like, and I go, oh my God, you're so funny. You should, because I want to sleep with them. And then I eventually get frustrated. This has happened to me. I eventually get frustrated because they're flirty with me. They want to hang out. They want to pick my brain about comedy. And I literally have said to a guy, are we going to have sex or not? Like, I don't understand what's happening here. What's the lag? I've seen you on The Bachelor. I see how you work. You don't waste your time. Why are you taking it with me? And this guy literally goes, oh, I'm so sorry. I wanted to start a podcast with you. And I said, okay. And he goes, I just, honestly, Nikki, I just really respect you comedically. And I said, I hear you. Thank you. Is there any way you could ever disrespect me sexually? And he was like, I see you like a sister. I was like, do you want to have sex with your sister? Have you ever been attracted to her in any way? And he's like, stop it. So that's been happening to me a lot.
And by the way, since this is radio, I should inform you, Nikki Glaser is an extraordinarily attractive woman. So I don't know why any of this is happening to you. Tell me about your Netflix special. Do you have a title for it?
No, my God, Tom, that's so funny you ask. Netflix is like texting me, literally being, you up? Give us a name for the special, because we don't have one. I tried to...
Did you do what up?
I wanted to name it Effin' Men, because I like effing men, but also it's about effing men.
Right.
And they were like, we shouldn't have that word in the title. So now I'm back at square one. I don't know what to call it anymore. And I watched it down yesterday and was looking for anything. If you have any suggestions, I'm open to them. It's rough.
Nikki Glaser, DTF?
DTF might be good.
Is that universally understood?
Well, it gets the word out. But the problem with the special is I talk about how I'm kind of not anymore. I mean, I'm kind of...
DTF with a circle and a line through it?
Yeah, there you
With
go.
an asterisk, yeah.
Yeah. Any suggestions out there? Josh, you know Nikki very well. Any suggestions?
Yeah,
Yeah,
Josh,
no, I'll think on it.
Please do. I'll send you some of the material that I'm working on, because I need anything. I think I'm just going to go. I don't know. I was thinking Comedy 9, but people don't really know what that means.
Yeah.
But that is, I've worked very hard to achieve that. I'm a Street 7. I'm a Comedy 9.
You're selling yourself short.
Well, I'm really not. There are some people that would think I'm selling myself a little too high. I get corrected on that a lot.
So now let's back up a little bit. What was the obviously getting into the world of comedy? Typically for anyone is a kind of a struggle at the beginning. A lot of lean times, shall we say?
Yeah.
But now you've had a considerable amount of success. What's the first thing that you purchased once you finally had enough to pay the rent and knew that everything was okay? Did you go out and are you a clothes person?
God, no. I hate spending lots of money on anything. But I guess the first, you know what I do? I don't ever worry about spending money on is food. That is the one thing that Postmates or delivery services, I don't ever cook. I've lived in an apartment in New York for 2 years, and I've never used the stove. I don't cook, and I don't have to, and I'm glad that, and I don't have any interest in doing it. That's something I know that I don't like doing, and I look at girls that do like it, and look at guys that enjoy it. I don't have any interest. I love having my food delivered, and I'll pay top dollar to do it. So that's the thing that I spend my money on.
Okay, Josh, the first thing you bought when you finally had some cash?
I saved up and a house.
Oh yeah,
nice and practical.
That's nice.
Yeah.
In my case, a dog.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
that'll do it.
Oh God, what a great thing that was.
And by the way, I shouldn't say I bought a house. Ask me in 30 years if I actually bought the house.
I sold that 18 years ago.
Into land or into sea?
Son of a gun. Here's Tom Griswold in New York City on the Bob and Tom Show. Hello, Tom.
Hey, hi. Welcome back to the mobile Napa Auto Parts Studios from New York City. And we're going to have some great guests today, including Nikki Glaser and Nick Griffin.
All right.
Coming up tomorrow, our good friend Bill Sheft. The great Bill Sheft will be our guest, and more.
Mr. Sheft.
And now, I did want to say that we have a new thing going on. If you can see the sports desk, yes, That is Chick McGee at the Omaha Steaks Sports Desk. You can actually, the smell of steaks in the summertime on the grill.
That's right.
Oh, yeah.
That's my new cologne. It's called
Gristle.
Charcoal Briquette Gristle.
Well, you're not going to get gristle with Omaha steaks. But
No.
Charcoal briquette. I would have gone with maybe ribeye,
right.
filet. You could take any one word and turn it into to a cologne.
Yeah.
You know, it's new.
You can?
Oh, absolutely.
Windmill.
Like, see, yeah, what would that be? Or, but usually it's something elegant in French, like Cartier.
That's true.
Yeah, it's
Or Coco Chanel, Coco Golf. We're cuckoo for Coco Golf.
Yeah, you can't wait to get to the store.
No.
This is a great story because Venus Williams, her idol, and she beats her at Wimbledon, youngest ever, right?
Well, but Venus, the lesser Williams. Let's all agree
she's
on
won
that.
less Wimbledons.
She's won 4.
Fewer.
Serena has
Yeah, you're
won.
right. It is fewer.
Indices. Serena.
Now explain the
Serena's
indices.
won 7. Huh?
Explain the indices thing.
Like 50% of the United States, we're all under heat indexes. Of course, check local listings. Heat indices, because it's like 90 degrees everywhere with high humidity. So the heat.
So multiple indexes is actually pronounced indices.
Yes, I had no idea.
Yeah.
It's like the real flooding that I've learned also this past summer.
Okay, so indices.
A real flooding is a gradual flooding, and indices is the plural for index.
Good to know. That comes in handy. I know that when I worked in DeLand, Florida.
Oh, DeLand, Florida.
Yeah,
That's a weird name for a city.
it's in DeLand, and then if you go to Daytona, it's indices. Okay, so
Tom's got jokes.
I know we have Jess Hooker sitting in at the Navy Federal Credit Union news desk, but I guess we're going to start at the sports page. Is that what's happening?
Well,
That's typically what happens.
Yeah, usually.
historically, when you're here, you make me do this at this time. Yes.
Well, since, like I told you, the TV in my room was dead, so tell me what happened at Wimbledon.
Tom, is the TV really broken, or you're having trouble navigating it? Just
Or
be
do you not
honest.
want to touch the remote control?
Oh.
These are all good questions.
Coco Golf. We're all cuckoo for Coco Golf. She's still in, and Venus Williams is out. The 15-year-old Coco, poise and power, 6'4", 6'4" stunner against Grand Slam champion Venus Williams. Four-time Wimbledon champion, 7-time Grand Slam champion. The 39-year-old Williams, albeit a lesser Williams, the oldest competitor in the women's bracket before losing to the youngest to qualify at the All-England Club in the professional era. Actually, Coco was crying at the end of the match, shaking Venus's hand, thanking her for everything. She has a picture, though, of Serena in her room.
Oh, okay.
At home. It's not Venus.
I see.
So there you go, Tom.
Mm-hmm.
If you had to pick a Williams, which would it be, Venus or Serena? We've been talking about that in the
Top 3 Williamses.
top 3. Number one, Dick Williams, manager of the A's.
Robin
Is certainly in there.
Yeah, for sure.
It's got to
Number
be
2, Andy. Number 3.
Andy Williams.
number three, Brian. I loved it when he stormed the beach in Normandy.
Brian's just a liar, though. But he's back, right? Isn't he? And we don't talk about it now, right? Isn't that right?
I think he does MSNBC.
Yeah,
one
something
one of the
small.
socialist channels.
Exactly.
That's exactly what we were all thinking. Here, NBA news. Tom, you want to talk about that for a minute? The free agent frenzy still continues. Golden State lost Kevin Durant, but they're excited. Klay Thompson has announced on his Instagram he's staying in the Bay Area.
Top 3 Thompsons. I'm teasing.
Number 1, Emma Thompson. There's no question. Emma Thompson, number 1.
What about the actor who wanted to run for president there for 5 minutes?
Oh, Fred Thompson. Is that right?
Yeah.
He was on the Senate. He was on the Senate sub. Oh, Tom, you're in luck. Ladies and gentlemen, Josh Arnold is Fred Thompson.
Now, Jack, that lady's innocent.
Oh, that was nice. Now, this time, do it without your fist in your mouth.
That's kind of how he talked,
Oh,
isn't it?
that's how he talks.
On Law and
Tom.
Order?
Yeah. Is he on Law and Order?
He was. Yeah, he would show up.
I just loved him. I thought he was one of the best.
His great
characters
scene is in
ever.
The Hunt for Red October.
I don't remember that.
Yeah, he's Jack arrives. Remember, he says, "Give him a break." The guy, never mind.
Now, Jack,
Give him a break.
Wait a second.
That's pretty good. I think that's pretty good.
Who knew
again.
we'd be doing Fred
again.
Thompson?
Do your Fred Thompson again.
Now, Jack, give him a break.
No, wait a minute. That's Chick's Lou Gehrig.
No, my Lou Gehrig is. People say I got a bad break.
That's exactly the same as what he just did.
I
pretty
beg your
similar.
pardon. All right.
And now Fred Thompson and Lou Gehrig have breakfast. Now, Jack.
All of the eggs.
Now, Lou.
How are you going to want your eggs, Fred?
Scrambled. This has been Fred Thompson.
This has been the Thompson Hour.
Wow.
I'd like to apologize for everyone who doesn't get what we're doing.
Yeah, which is almost everyone.
Thank you.
Can you imagine someone giggling on their way to work, getting to work, and they go, why are you giggling? Well, they were doing Fred Thompson and Lou Gehrig having breakfast on the Bob and Tom Show. See, it's that kind of thing
Now,
that gets
Jess-
me up in the morning.
Jess, you're a woman of a certain age, you're rather young, and do you
Thanks for the rather young.
do you remember the movie The Hunt for Red October?
I do remember that movie, yeah.
Yeah.
Is that the one where they yell "Roll Tide" or something? The Alabama sub? Is that right?
It's probably Crimson Tide, the movie. There's a movie called Crimson Tide. And
Never mind.
That's true.
Never mind. Do you remember who Fred Thompson is?
No, I have no idea.
He actually was on the Senate, I guess, Watergate committee.
Watergate Senate subcommittee.
Yeah.
He ran for president kind of half-heartedly there for a while, but he was on Law and Order for a long time, and good actor.
yeah, he is a good actor.
Great actor.
Sadly gone, but
Yeah, he's not getting anything lately.
What? I'm dead?
no, that was Lou Gehrig again.
Oh, well, they can either. That quote can be attributed to either.
Oh, that's true.
So I'm sure. Could we get back to Coco Chanel?
We're cuckoo for Coco Gauff. She's
15.
15-year-old.
So she's still in high school.
She defeated Venus Williams yesterday, 4-time Wimbledon champion.
How much pressure is that for? She goes back to high school. The rest of the kids are struggling being a teenager in this incredible culture of ours with horrible social media. Everyone's picking everybody. So what'd you do this summer? Oh, I beat one of the greatest tennis players in history in Wimbledon. What'd you do?
Yeah.
Well, I picked some zits and went swimming a couple times.
Was this a good match where this was no fluke?
6-4, 6-4.
Okay, so.
You could say she dispatched her.
Yeah.
It gave her an old-fashioned lashing at the woodshed. Yeah. I think. Could you say that?
Doesn't dispatching sound like some kind of weird kinky?
And
hey, Josh, I hear you dispatched a hooker last night.
Oh man, all over.
And,
and
Easy.
good Lord, Naomi Osaka, second seed, is out. She lost her first round match to Yulia.
You need to finish that.
Putin-Seva.
Next letter, please.
P-U-T-I, Putin,
Okay.
Putin, S-E-V-A, Seva, Putin-Seva. Putin-Seva.
Okay.
Oh, that
nice.
might be it. Putin-Seva. That sounds...
A lot of international names in sports.
Yeah.
Be really nice if you know how to pronounce even some of the simpler ones.
A lot of different names. What do you mean?
Top three Putin Stevens.
Yulin, not Yulia. Oh, remember Yulia with Diane Carroll? And
It was
Oh, my
Julia, you
gosh.
idiot. Next. Okay.
Klay Thompson staying with the Golden State Warriors. The Heat have completed agreements to sign Jimmy Butler. Kyrie Irving is now a New Jersey, Brooklyn. What is it now? Brooklyn net. He's going home for Jay-Z. Jay-Z still owns a big chunk of them,
They
right?
apparently call him BK.
BK Nets?
Yeah.
All right. And Seth Curry, not Steph, but Seth. And why did the Currys name one kid Steph and one kid Seth? That seems confusing to me. Come here, Seth. I'm sorry, Mom. Did you say Steph or Seth? See how that works?
Mom, did you mean me? No, Beth. Get back in your room.
Top three Currys. Number one, Steph.
No,
two.
no.
Number one, Dell.
Madam. Oh.
Madam. No, it's Curry.
Oh, sorry.
Good Lord, what a
That'd be
mess.
great if Steph Curry got married and called his wife Madam Curry.
Oh, Ann Curry's got to be like, I'm thinking, nah, she's not in the top three.
Who?
Okay.
Ann Curry, she works for NBC News.
Oh.
It's very nice. I'm sorry, back to you.
Dell, number one, Steph, and then Seth.
Now, here in the Bob and Tom program, this is considered a sportscast.
Dear Bob and Tom Show, when doing your mildly amusing top three lists,
Yes.
could you possibly do the list from 3 to 1? This builds excitement for the listeners. They await your top choice.
Yeah, we were talking about this.
I don't know how this started, but we started
I think it always started with number one.
Yeah,
It did.
I agree. There is a certain.
All right.
Do we want to switch it around?
I say we do it. Yeah.
No, because I could never think of 3 and 2. It's always I've got the number one in my mind. And
I
then-
think that's why we done it that way.
Maybe we should put up a poll. Should we go from 1 to 3 or 3 to 1? Or keep it as it is?
let's just keep it random and stupid. I think that's the key.
Yeah, that probably.
Is that sports? I've got a couple sports stories
Well,
here.
go, man. What do you got?
Did you see this Babe Ruth thing?
What, his jock was sold for $4 million? Is that right? Did they wear jock? No, they didn't
There's
wear
no
jock
way
back
he
then.
wore a jock.
What?
No, he was too cool to wear a jock. That's
Babe Ruth too cool to wear a
think
jock.
so, yeah.
Is it cool not to wear a jock?
or too drunk. I don't know.
Get hit in the balls.
Yeah, I'm surprised. Yeah, Babe probably wore some very elaborate truss
Well,
Right.
They,
just to keep the sif from dripping too much.
didn't Russell Crowe? He sold his cup supporter, athletic supporter
From Gladiator, right?
from that boxing movie.
Cinderella Man.
Cinderella Man. Yeah.
Yeah, Russell Crowe had to sell all his stuff in the famous divorce,
Yeah, that's really funny.
including the whatever. Didn't he buy a meteor or something? I think I hate to go off topic, but I think I have to.
Okay.
We were talking about the so-called truck nuts yesterday.
Yeah.
Yes.
What's this have to do with Babe Ruth? Oh, you said you were going off topic. Okay.
I'm going to go back to the Babe as soon as I find the story. I have it on my phone somewhere. Now, Jess, can you explain the truck nuts for those not familiar with them?
I'd love to. They are.
See, I can tell you wouldn't love to.
No, yeah. I don't know what material they're made out of. I think it's a heavy plastic, but usually I would say they're the size of probably horse testicles.
They do seem to be larger.
They're a little
than,
bit yeah, they're a lot larger actually, and they
average human
hang.
testicles.
Yeah, they hang off of the back bumper of your truck, and,
Well,
and they look,
typically
the
they go
trailer
into
hitch.
the trailer hitch. Thing.
Oh, the trailer hitch, is that where it is? Okay.
Yeah.
And the first time I saw them, I could not stop laughing. And it's just, I don't know whoever thought of it. I hope they're on a beach somewhere enjoying all their money. But we got this great letter. I'll read it to you. I think you're going to enjoy this. I was listening to your show yesterday, and I was wondering, you guys were asking if they had a mommy parts version of truck nuts.
Oh, no. Yes, we did
Yes,
ask.
we
Now,
did ask for
just
that.
bear with me here.
Fully not
sure.
expecting an answer is what we were hoping for.
This is good. This letter is a 10 out of 10. Wait till you hear this. My dad drove a Buick Wildcat
Okay.
and always complained about not being able to find the ignition switch in the dark. It was recessed into the dash. Are you following me here?
Yes, I do.
This is one of the early push-button start ignition systems. My dad left on a business trip once, left the car behind. My mom and her friend glued fur around the switch.
My mom and her friend.
I didn't understand what was happening. I just remember them laughing hysterically.
Her mom's friend, perpetually single, maybe.
I didn't get it until
Insist you
later
call
on.
her aunt. Okay. Never mind.
The car was sold with the fur in place. By the way, my mom is now 96 years old and still has a great sense of humor.
That is
Wow.
funny.
What?
You
So-
really have to yell the punchlines.
That was unnecessarily mean. I think what a great gag that would have been back in the 60s to have the presence of mind to do that. That is really funny.
Man.
So to answer your question, that's, I guess, the female version of truck nuts, but it's more of a private moment, as it should be.
What is it, a Buick Wildcat?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I was not aware of that car.
Well, there have been a bunch of. Do you remember the cars that had the push button transmission?
Oh, sure. My buddy had a Dodge Valiant in
it
high
was
school.
like a
that was
radio?
push-button. Yeah, that's exactly right.
But I didn't remember the recessed ignition thing.
Huh.
But God, to put fur around it, that's such a funny idea.
We drove around London, Ohio, and threw eggs at other cars.
Yeah. Now,
That's right.
on a similar vein, I'm looking at a cup of coffee right now, and it has the plastic lid.
Yes.
And I hate drinking coffee with the plastic lid on.
You know what?
Oftentimes those are removable.
I bet you.
Josh, I always remove them
Okay.
if I could finish. But have you ever noticed that when the lid is on,
Yeah.
It's a rather interesting tongue exercise. You close your ears, Jess.
Well, yes, Jess.
Actually, Tom, I know how this works.
Oh, really?
Yes.
That surprises me. No, I'm kidding.
Really?
And
Really?
by the way, on a totally personal note,
Yes.
I want to say a special
More
hello.
personal?
Yes, I want to say a special hello. The place that there's a Starbucks right near the radio station. If you guys have been there lately, they just installed new speed bumps.
Man, you really go there a lot.
These are the speed bumps from Mount Everest.
I see.
Stop.
I'll tell you what. If you take 4 cups of coffee with the lids on, put them on your front seat, and hit those speed bumps, even barely moving, it will spill all over your seat.
Okay.
They've
Is
just
that
installed these new speed bumps. They're like a foot high. You have to have a really good SUV. You got to have like in the Range Rover commercial to get over.
Man.
Yeah, they're a little serious.
You think they did that on purpose so they'd sell more coffee?
No, it's the opposite.
Oh,
Yeah, you cannot. You have to pick up your coffee and hold. You cannot go over the speed bumps without it spilling.
Oh.
They're so bad. But in any event, that's off topic. We have to get back to the action here in a minute. Now, give us the teaser, chick. I've got Babe Ruth.
Well, Tom has Babe Ruth coming up. And I have wasp nests in Alabama that are as big as cars. I don't know if you want to do that or
Oh, my gosh.
incorporate that into a sport somehow. But
What kind of cars?
like a Volkswagen Beetle.
No, not if they're wasps. If they're as big as Range Rovers.
Oh, I see. I see what you did there. Yeah, it's a very waspy car. Chuckled the biggest wasp on the broadcast.
Oh, you're welcome.
Any guesses as to what bug might be have the nest the size of a Cadillac, chick?
Top 3 wasps. Number 1, William Buckley. Never mind.
No, he was Catholic.
Oh, that's right. He was
Yes,
Catholic.
so it's a hit the buzzer.
Yeah.
When we come back,
I missed.
when we.